I feel like a news presenter sitting at this desk, and in this video I'm going to do things a little bit differently than I've done with previous Apple announcements and events. Instead of going into great detail into all of the announcements, I'm going to cover the highlights in this video, or the highlights for me, and then in future videos I'll go a little bit more in depth on each of the products, and also my decision making process as to what I'm getting in to cover on the channel. And indeed, if you've got any questions, please do leave them in the comment section and I'll try and cover those in a future video as well. Now, first of all, the Apple Watch. There's a new price on the Apple Watch, which is fantastic. It's obviously gone down, not up, so cheaper across the range of the Apple Watches. New woven nylon bands have also been announced, and they look super cool, they really do. And I think I can put that down to when you look at what Apple does with its hardware products, and indeed its software, when they're doing accessories, they give them the same attention to detail, which is really good to see. And these woven nylon bands in different colourways look very, very nice indeed. There's also new colours in the sport and leather bands, and there's also a black Milanese loop band as well. Moving on, the Apple TV. There's no new Apple TV hardware, just a new OS, and that's giving us some new features. The features that stood out to me are folders for organising, also dictation for entering text, and that's great for if you're entering usernames, for example, Siri integration, and also live photo support. So if you've taken live photos on your iPhone 6s or your iPhone 6s Plus, and then you view them back on the Apple TV, you've now got live photo support. And then the much rumoured smaller iPhone, the iPhone SE, 4-inch display, 16GB model at $399, and a 64GB model at $499. At the time of recording this, I don't know the UK pricing yet. It's going to be available in silver, space grey, gold and rose gold, and it's pretty much the same specification as the larger iPhone 6s and 6s Plus. The same processing speed, the same GPU, the same camera, 4K video capture, and of course the Force Touch feature and Touch ID as well. The reason they did this is they said that a lot of people still do like smaller smartphones, and I tend to agree. There are people that I personally know that think my iPhone 6s Plus is far too big, and even the iPhone 6s is too big for them as well. So having a really good specification in a 4-inch iPhone certainly does make sense. They also announced iOS 9.3. Absolutely stacks of new features, too many to go through in this video. It's going to be available for a free download today. And then they moved on to what was the highlight for many, and indeed the highlight for me. The larger iPad Pro, you know, the 12.9-inch version, is a fantastic device. I had one in the studio, I reviewed it, I used it for a good couple of weeks, but it just wasn't for me. It was too large to use as a media consumption device. It wasn't portable enough, and I'm not a digital artist, not by any means, so drawing on the screen, although I tried to convince myself I was going to create more art, it just wasn't going to happen. So I was really pleased that they have in fact announced a 9.7-inch version iPad Pro. Pretty much the same specifications as the larger iPad Pro, but they seem to have moved things. They've moved the goalposts a little bit, and some of the specifications on here sound a bit better. We've got a true tone display, which has got 2 colour temperature light sensors inside, which adjusts the sort of white balance of the display depending upon the ambient light. Now, I might be wrong, but I don't think that is on the larger iPad Pro. Correct me in the comment section if it indeed is. There are 4 speakers, like the larger version, a 12 megapixel camera, 4K video capture as well. Unbelievable, really fantastic specification, and the same sort of processor and GPU specifications that we know about in the larger iPad Pro. It's available in silver, space grey, gold and rose gold as well. 32GB version starts at $599. 128GB version starts at $749, and a new 256GB version at $899. That's some serious storage capacity. Now that 256GB version, we also get that in the larger iPad Pro, so there's a 256GB version of that as well. You can order this new iPad Pro on the 24th of March, and it ships on the 31st of March. And it's the same shipping dates and ordering dates for the iPhone SE as well that I talked about earlier. So the iPad Pro 9.7 inch, it doesn't replace the iPad Air 2, that's still in the product range, but in fact it just gives us a much better specified smaller tablet. And they've also announced obviously covers like smart covers and the keyboard cover to go alongside this smaller iPad Pro as well. And indeed, of course, the Apple Pencil works with it. So I think it now gives people the option of obviously going for a much more portable device, but still having something that's very capable, great for multitasking. It can replace something like an Ultrabook, and I would worry that people would look at that alongside the actual MacBook, the 12-inch MacBook, and consider buying an iPad Pro in either the 9.7 inch version or the larger version instead of going for a MacBook now. It's capable of editing 4K video. It can capture 4K video, which of course the MacBook can't. It seems a lot more versatile type of product. And for me, coming from the previous iPad Air 2, it's a no-brainer. I'm definitely going to be getting one into the studio and it'll become my full-time tablet. So I'm very excited, and I will be ordering as soon as the store allows me to, so I can bring you some early coverage of it. So for me, just going back over this, the highlights, I love the new Apple Watch bands and straps that they've announced. I like the fact they reduced the price. It does sort of indicate that later on in the year, maybe in the October time frame, we will get an Apple Watch 2, and the price will no doubt go back up to the original launch price. The Apple TV, I can take it or leave it. I don't use it a lot. The iPhone SE, I understand why they've done it, but again, personally, I won't be buying one. It doesn't interest me. I've got the iPhone 6s Plus as my daily driver, and I don't think I'd even go down in size from that again. iOS 9.3, really looking forward to that. And of course, the icing on the cake, the new 9.7 inch iPad Pro. Let me know which your favourite announcement was from Apple today in the comment section below, and ask me some questions as well, and I'll try and answer them in a future video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.